Smack 'em a gob, everybody. It is I, Dr. Fuckalicious, with.
Oh yeah, the Ayatollah Alcoholic Ian Wadley, Wadzilla. What's up, baby?
I found this out trail and error because the first time because see, when I'm looking at the screen, you're over here, right?
Okay,
So
right.
every time I say I'm Dr. Fucking with me, the first time I went like this, and it's the opposite direction, as you all can see. So now I
uh,
go the opposite direction, and you watch the video, it looks like I know what I'm doing.
what?
I do know what I'm
Who
doing.
knows? I think you had it right the first time.
But because I'm like a thespian, I'm a very good actor, better than De Niro, easily.
Yeah.
When I go like this, I know, I know it's over here, but when I go like this, right, as a thespian, I picture you right there, right? Like if you're in the room
Uh,
with me and I'm conveying some kind of acting, I'm emoting. By going like this, I emote.
okay.
Hey, when I was younger, I won 2 Golden Globes. Seriously, she had nice implants. Oh man, I just made that up.
Ba-dum-pa.
I just made that up. What a great joke. Now
Big old titties.
that's a good comedian joke. I swear to God, that just came flying out of me. I won 2 Golden Globes. She had nice implants. I'm gonna forget that, but at least it'll be here forever. Because after me and you are dead, you way before me. This is live on forever.
I know.
But people are
I
gonna
know.
like people are gonna watch this episode. They're gonna see what I just said about Golden Globes, and they're gonna have some serious yucks.
Well, I think they'll appreciate our humor, but I think we are going to outlive the Golden Globes. I think we're more relevant. So,
I didn't even know it was still around.
but
What the
good joke though. Good joke.
Yeah, it's a good joke. Golden Globe. What Now here's the question. What are the Golden Globes? What is it for movies or plays? What is that, Golden Globes?
Golden Globes, I believe,
Do they go out
just
for
I
two?
believe it just covers movies. I don't know if it covers TV as well.
There isn't like category with best implants.
Well, I mean, there should be, and I think I should be nominated.
It's the Golden Globes. Oh, and some really nice implants. They're golden. They're golden
Yeah,
globes.
there you go.
Just call this episode the Golden Globes episode.
I can't do any worse than the last episode. The last episode I put up was before Ace Frehley passed away, and
Oh
I
yeah.
put I put Ace Frehley, and I almost changed it. Like I felt bad. Like after he died, I put Ace Frehley doesn't show up to Sammy Hagar's birthday tribute to fucking something or other. I can't remember what it was. It was funny. It was funny. It wasn't Golden Globes funny, but it was funny. But then I was like, should I change it? And then I was like, fuck that. It's like we are what we are, man. We joke around all the time.
No,
So
no, 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 no. You are how you are. I don't.
okay,
Hey, look, I don't approve of Ace Frehley, but at the same time, this is America. See, I'm a real American, Ian. Unlike a
yes,
few jagoffs out there, I protect free speech. I protect the speech of anybody, even if I disagree with it. I don't like you saying AIDS Frehley. And, and I didn't even know you called the episode AIDS Frehley. So I'm going to tell everybody right now, watching now, I don't approve of it, but I'm a real American and it stays because fuck communism, fuck Cuba, and kiss my big black ass.
Oh God, you sound like Alex Marquez.
There, look, it's black. It's black.
There you go. There you go.
That's right.
There you go. You know who hates communists more than you? Alex Marquez.
I don't even want to talk about that guy.
Okay. All
Let's
right.
keep going.
All right. We'll keep going. But yeah, I didn't know what we were going to do today because, I mean, obviously, it's sad, the passing of Ace Frehley. But then we lost Sam Rivers from Limp Bizkit. So I didn't know, like is Ralph gonna want to do Limp Bizkit? Is Ralph gonna want to do a Kiss episode? I said let's do Grim Reaper, See No Evil. But you voted Kiss, so you get what you want, Daddy.
And my condolences to all the fans and of the guy from Limp Bizkit. I think it's sad. I don't like Limp Bizkit, but I'm not happy that the guy died. He's not
Yeah.
star. He's just some guy up there and he played his bass, whatever.
Well, that's what like kind of caught me off guard as I'm sitting there. I'm like, the dude from fucking Limp Bizkit died. I'm like, what the fuck? And actually, in my opinion, he was a pretty good bass player. He had like some pretty good, like for being in a shitty band, he had some good bass licks. And I was like, what the fuck? How did he die? And then I was doing some research and I saw, because he's younger than both of us. He was 48 years old. And he had, I guess he was a bad drinker. People think I'm a bad drinker. I drink when we do this show. Other than that, I don't drink. But he was a bad drinker, had a liver transplant, like a few, like maybe 5 something years ago. But I think he got cancer on top of that. Like he had a liver transplant that was successful, and then he got that, and then I was like, God damn! But what's funny is we're old now, so like I hear somebody died at 48, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm 51. What are you, 60 now?
Yeah, I'm 60.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh, what the fuck? And I felt bad, it's like, not a huge Limp Bizkit fan by any means, but I'm like 48, holy shit, that sucks, you know. But it
Terrible. It's terrible. I
yeah,
feel bad for the family and that's way too young. But I'm saying that now. If I was 18 years old, I'd be saying, wow, that guy's old, and that Ace Frehley guy's even older. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But being this age now, it's like, yeah, I'm 12 years older than the guy was.
yeah,
So
yeah.
this wild stuff, man.
I feel bad, and then like I wanted to ask you. I was gonna text you, and then like I've had a busy week, but like so last week we're doing the episode, and I'm making the Ace Frehley jokes. I made the AIDS Frehley jokes on the episode, and you were like, "Ooh," which I thought was like unusual for you because usually you're like, everything's fucking fair game. Did you know anything about what was going on before
Yeah.
that episode? Oh, you did?
And I didn't tell
Okay.
you anything because all right, somebody wrote me about 4 days before he died,
Yeah.
telling me, dude, Ace really fell again. And this time his brain is bleeding and he ain't gonna make it. He didn't say nothing about life support. They said, dude, he's not gonna make it. I read it. Now you gotta understand, I read this on a private message from somebody online. I don't know, but even if I knew this person online writing
Yeah.
me, it's one person writing me it. It's not in the news. You know what I mean? So I didn't think I didn't. It's not that I didn't think it was true, but I didn't think it was false either. I thought it was kind of like, hey, I hope it's not true. Is all I thought.
Yeah.
To me, that wasn't a confirmation, but yes, when we did last week's episode, I may have got that message a day before that or that day.
Yeah, no, I was wondering though, because you were kind of sensitive about it when normally you wouldn't have been. And normally you would have told me that shit, motherfucker. But I mean, I get it,
Oh,
whatever.
it's because at the time I didn't know if it was true or not.
Right, right, right. No, and I did. I honestly like when he died, I felt bad. That's what I called the episode, AIDS Frehley. Yeah, I still think it's funny, but at the same time, it's like if I would have had that information, would I have done that? Probably not.
Oh, I
You know,
just so everybody knows, Ian is in charge of Podbean.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
You
actually,
do,
he
yeah,
actually he actually pays for that shit.
Yeah. Oh,
Who am I to tell Ian how to, how to title it? Now, me, it's on the YouTube version, and I didn't even write Ace Frehley. What we were talking about last week? I didn't even
I
mention
you
really.
might have just put RMCP live because it was a
Oh
live
yeah, that's
show.
right. That's right.
But that's the thing. It's like you do the live show and I post the Podbean stuff. So I'd come up with the names for the Podbean.
Yeah.
Uh, and so for any of those of you who wonder, like, why is it the same episode, but it's one name on YouTube and it's one name on that? Because we don't even talk about it. We just do like I do that and vice versa and blah blah blah. But no, I did honestly. I mean, for me, who has no feelings, I felt bad because he died like a day later. I was like, oh shit. But like I said, I thought about it. Should I change it? And then I was like, no, that goes against the spirit of everything. And like, we're fair.
It goes against the spirit of you.
Oh, come on.
I don't represent that, but I'm telling you right now, I'm not against you putting it up there. But I gotta, shouldn't I say it? Or should I just shut up and act like it's okay for you to write that? No, I don't think it's okay. But at the same time, I ain't gonna stop you. Hey, I'm not like you, Ian. I don't get so upset how other people fucking feel that I would get all pissed off and shit. Fuck it. I just want to let people know out there, hey, I don't agree with that title, but whatever. Whatever. He's paying for the pod beam and I'm American. A real
Right, but I mean, we still did an episode where we both agreed. We called it Ace Frehley loves shit shoved up his ass and blah blah blah.
hey,
Yeah.
hey man, before we started the show today, Ian says, well, are you like, really hurt over this Ace thing? Or, are you like, I'm like, dude, I'm devastated. I'm really hurt. I'm super fucking hurt about, Ace Frehley dying, and forgot where I was going with this. Um, damn it. I know I had something to say after that, but now I can't remember. But anyway, I'm real. Okay, my point. Oh yeah, now I remember what I was going to say. I'm really hurt over it. Now, Ian and I have had conversations before where we talked about Ace Frehley. More than one girl's come out and say he likes stuff shoved up his butt. Now,
Right.
here's the thing. I don't see that as offensive because I live in a real world. I live in a non-homophobic world. I live in a world where people can do whatever the fuck they want as long as they don't fucking hurt anybody. They can do whatever the fuck they want. If they want stuff shoved up their ass, what the fuck is wrong with that? It's worth mentioning. And then how many episodes have I done in the history of this fucking podcast of me talking about I like my ass licked?
Oh well, we both we got kicked off a radio station for admitting we both like our assholes licked. So
And that's not etiquette. Hey, and for some homophobes, they probably think that's gay, even if it is a girl's tongue. My point
yeah,
of the matter is, hey, he likes shit up shit. And it was funny. And it was non-offensive to me.
yeah.
I don't get offended. Shit, I don't even get offended by Ian writing AIDS freely. It doesn't really offend me, but I cannot subscribe to it. I'm not going to sit here and say, I like that he did that. I don't like he did it, but it doesn't offend me. It doesn't. It just doesn't. Because I'm this special human being. Well, I got to say also, recent years, I've turned into this human being. I wasn't like this before. The whole Terrence and Andrew Jacobs.
Hey, we don't mention those people anymore.
I know, but I'm just making a point. Mark Alvin Taylor many times. I,
Okay, we make fun of him.
I would get in fights with these people. I would get in fight. It's just a stupid drama. Now it's like, dude, fucking, if any, and look, we all have drama coming our way. All of us get drama. In my case, almost daily. But my point is, when drama comes my way, I play Slayer. Seriously, I play Slayer, and the drama it's still there, but it doesn't affect me like these people would affect me before. So I've kind of grown up in a way where I don't give a fuck if anybody doesn't like me. I don't give a fuck if anybody doesn't like my music. I don't give a fuck about fucking where before it wasn't that I didn't give I gave a fuck. I really didn't give a fuck, but I wanted to attack them anyway, and get in fights with people. And I'm so fucking over that. That's why and dude, it's almost fucking daily. I get some asshole even comments on my YouTube how I suck and whatever. Dude, I don't reply. Hi from channel, just disappear. And that's it. I forget about that person because they're a stranger. I'm telling you, man, I met you. Okay, I can say you, but everybody else. And I'm telling you, I love a lot of them, like Joseph Staub and Mikey Sears, all these people. But I never met them. You know what I mean? They're internet friends. So if there's an internet friend, unlike Mikey and Joseph Staub, that are dickheads, and there's a few of them, both of us know that were dickheads toward me, and I had fights, and then bam. Now it's like fucking, you start with me, man. It's I I win by not even replying. It's done. It's done. That's how I've been living for like the past 3 years. I can't tell you last time I had an argument with somebody online. I think it was when Mark was saying that I treated him like shit in Nashville. What's that been, 3 years now?
Yeah.
I didn't argue with fucking Oasis bitch, you know? I didn't argue with him at all. It was like, fuck that, fuck that. I think that's where it all started. I gotta thank the Oasis chum for waking me up because I think that's where it all started, where it was like, fuck this. I can't take this humanity anymore. I'm done with this fucking guy. Cheap Trick rules. Yeah. But anyway, I'm devastated Ace is dead. I'm really, really devastated. It's part of my childhood. I've talked this a lot about on my channel. But I do have to mention this, man. It was like this in the 70s, you couldn't escape Kiss. You just couldn't. At my age,
Yeah.
13 in 1978, give me a break. No kid at 13 didn't become a Kiss fanatic. And I became a fanatic of Ace Frehley. I mean, my first was double platinum. Then I got on 8-track Kiss Alive. Then I got the Ace Frehley solo album. That was the first one I bought. I thought that shit was the greatest shit ever. And I've always been a huge Ace fan. I love most of his solo albums. And I've been a huge fan of his, man. And
Oh yeah, and I think that's why it's hitting people so hard is because it's a part of their childhood. And like I remember when I first, got into Kiss, of course, I've said this multiple times, it was with Asylum. So, it's Bruce Kulick. And I remember talking to a classmate, I'm like, fuck this booty chin motherfucker. We got to get Ace Frehley back in this band. And it's like when it's part of your childhood, it's different because you never forget what you loved in your childhood. And he was larger than life. And I feel bad. I know it's like I'm not taking it that rough. Ozzy was much harder for me. Lemmy was much harder for me. Eddie Van Halen was much harder for me. But at the same time, I know that there's a lot of people that I love and care about that are upset by this, and I feel bad for them. I really do. I really do because I know what it's like. Because I don't know like what the fuck I would do when Dave dies. Like that will be like a motherfucker for me.
for me, but you see, for me, Ace is just, it affected me just like it affected Eddie, Lemmy, Ozzy. I don't think
Yeah.
it hurt me anymore. I think it hurt me exactly the same as all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, he was there. Kiss is the band that made me buy all this behind me. It was caused by Kiss. All this music. It Kiss is what made me what I am today. You know,
Yeah.
extremely important band, and I never denied it. I bash Kiss a lot, but you never ever see me bash on 70s Kiss because there's nothing to bash on. I always said Kiss has the perfect discography in the 70s. Out of all those albums, I can only name three songs I don't like.
And
Three.
Hooligan kicks ass.
Hooligan, Great Expectations, and Love Theme from Kiss. Those are the only three I don't like.
I agree with you on one of those. I agree with you on one of those. But yeah, man, I feel bad for everybody suffering, and I feel bad for his family, for his daughter, Monique, for his long suffering wife, Jeanette, you know. Um, yeah, it sucks. It sucks. I just got to a place where, post fucking Psycho Circus was like, I became really detached from the band that was everything. And then doing this podcast made me even more detached. Um, but I'm not oblivious to my friends, who you included, that are really like hurt over this. And I think in general I'm kind of detached towards death because I've had a lot of death in my family from an early age. I mean, from a young kid I've dealt with loss. Um, so I think I'm a little bit like number to it. Doesn't always mean it's easy. I mean, like Lemmy was one that was like that was really hard. I look back at, when we lost Lemmy, that was a point where, some of the listeners may or may not know, you and me were kind of at odds at that time. And that kind of like brought us together, like in our, grief. Um, because I think that was the first time I thought like maybe this podcast might end, and then when Lemmy happened, it was just like we were so overcome and so like what do we do? That we saw whatever little arguments we had was very minuscule, So I feel bad, but it hasn't affected me the same way. Like I said, I know it affects a lot of people. So uh, I truly am. As much as I joke around, as much as like Kiss doesn't mean what it used to mean to me. I feel bad for everybody who's upset because I'll go through that. When I lose David Lee Roth, I'll be fucking devastated. When I lost Eddie, was tough, man. Fucking Ozzy. As much as like we both love fucking Ozzy, I think you love Ozzy even more than me. And even though we just did an episode where we shat all over fucking No More Tears, that was a rough one, man. Fucking Ozzy Osbourne was a fucking tough loss. Eddie Van Halen, Lemmy Kilmister, man. Those are tough losses, man. You know. So whatever jokes I make or whatever, that's just who I am, and I don't mean to offend anybody. And I'm sorry if anybody out there is suffering, you know, due to this loss. It's just, this is one of those, um, I quit caring a long time ago. And I know that sounds fucking terrible, but like the more I found out about Ace Frehley as a person, I was kind of like just distracted. But I'll tell you this, when I met Ace Frehley, which I did, I have his signature, nice as could be. He was drunk as could be, you know, but who am I to judge on that? You know what I mean? It's like, but hey, he was better than fucking Peter Criss, I'll tell you that. And I saw Will Carroll made a post. Apparently, I did not see any of these posts, but I guess people are making posts saying it should have been Gene. The same way, you know, people did the Metallica thing. It should have been Lars and stuff, you know. So Will Carroll was unfriended anybody who said it should have been Gene. I didn't see any of those.
I saw him.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I've seen a couple that said Gene and Paul. Yeah, I've seen them.
And yeah, no, you know, fortunately or unfortunately, I didn't see those. I did see the message that Gene and Paul made. Um, I thought they were nice messages. I've seen a lot of people like say it wasn't enough, it wasn't this, and oh, you did that. I thought they were good messages. You know, that's me personally. Like if somebody else thinks it wasn't enough, hey, that's you. And deal with it how you deal with it. Um,
But it's like remember when John Lennon died and the first interview they got of Paul, he was walking out of the studio and they went up to him.
oh yeah,
About the news because they all just found out John died.
yeah.
And Paul was like, "It's a bummer." Like it didn't show no emotions whatsoever. What do you?
Oh, he was in shock.
Yeah, but what do you expect? That's what Gene and
Yeah.
Paul. He died. Okay, let me take the time and write a lovely little thing. No, they just got out there and said, "Look, we're sad he died." Fuck it. Why does everybody have to nitpick every little goddamn thing? And honestly,
Yeah.
Gene then wrote something alone, and it was very nice. Paul said, "Oh, it's guitar playing, and this is my favorite picture with him." Whatever. That's Paul. Him and Paul had some unresolved things. I don't care, man. I don't
Yeah,
give a
but
fuck. Paul is
I
Paul, whatever,
I
But
love the picture. I love the picture that Paul posted. And I really like somebody else posted. Like I'm glad. I thought that cover of Fire and Ice sucked, but I love that we have that. I love that Paul and Ace did
man,
that.
I heard that today on my shuffle. I love it. I think Paul sounds really good on that song.
Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of the song. But I love that they did that. That little where Ace walks up, he's like Paul Stanley, hi. you know, I love that. And no matter what's gone on through the years and all the bullshit and all the little jabs, these guys came from the trenches together, so they have a bond that none of us will ever understand. And
Exactly.
Ace also walked away from that shit. He wasn't thrown out. Ace was never thrown out of Kiss. As
These
fucked up as he was never fired from Kiss.
there's there you got people don't understand, man. These are four guys that were in the trenches. They
Yeah.
were out there giving everybody their money worth. Who said that? Geddy Lee. He said, "Man, we learned a lot from Kiss. That is a band that I've never seen work harder to give everybody the best show imaginable." And this is a band that really wasn't that big yet. Bill Aucoin charging up his American Express to the sky,
Yeah.
where they're doing all this shit. And thank God, it was only a year before they blew up. But that was
Yeah.
three fucking great albums plus a live album in 2 years. How ridiculous,
Yeah.
It's just, how are you not going to have some kind of fondship with the other three people in the band that went out there and slugged it out and you all four became superstars? I don't care about bad blood in the future, this and that. Man, looking back, even Paul can't express it, but I'm sure that guy's hurting. That guy's
Oh
now,
yeah.
he's thinking now back at Ace, the fun times he had with Ace. Ace was so lovable. He was the most real dude in the band. He was the most definitely rock and roll guy in the band. And that goes without
Yeah.
saying.
But
And
I mean, Ace would even say up until the time he died that we take jabs at each other, but I still love those guys. So I honestly believe there was that undying love. Uh,
but some could express it, some can't. Peter and Ace
yeah.
can express it. So can Gene. Paul can't. Paul can't express it, but Paul, I'm sure, is hurting over this. It's Ace.
Of, of course. I mean, goddamn. I mean, like, can you imagine? Like, okay. I mean, we're both older now, you and me. But they're in their 70s, okay? And you start losing friends left and right. And here's somebody you came up with, and they're gone. and you'll never see him again. You'll never talk to him again. And there's always the what ifs, the I should have done this, I should have done that. Um, yeah, I mean, to judge any of, the guys from Kiss, I thought it was even classy. I mean, even though he's a piece of shit, fucking Vinnie Vincent wrote a beautiful thing about Ace,
Yeah.
you know? And, he's talked shit about Ace in the past, but he wrote something nice. Now, is it fan service? Is it trying to look good? I don't know. It's not for me to judge. But the fact that he did it, I'm like, great. Tommy Thayer did it too, A lot of people are up in arms because there's so many pictures getting posted, of Tommy Thayer. They're like, Ace Frehley dead, and it's a Tommy Thayer picture. Tommy Thayer posted some great shit. It's death is the great equalizer.
I got to bring this up too. I did, of course, my only news that matters. Ace Frehley died. The main picture I put, I shit you not, this is the truth. Not one, not two, but three separate comments from three different people upset that I used an Ace Frehley picture that it was backwards. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you did that. Oh, you're one of them motherfuckers.
I didn't make it backwards. I found the picture. It's a nice one. I didn't know it was backwards.
Talking about the Dynasty one with the eye all fucking googly and shit.
It's he's wearing the Love Gun outfit.
Oh, okay.
But and one of the comments, the funniest one is like, you can tell it's backwards because he's got a right droopy eye and it's left. It's like,
yeah,
unbelievable. That's why Ian hates Kiss, because of idiots like that,
That's true. It's don't help. But no, at the same time though, I feel bad. And there's a part of me, man, that, again, childhood heroes. I mean, they were right there with fucking G.I. Joe and fucking Transformers and He-Man. I mean, they were larger than life comic book heroes and shaped me for who I am. Even though I'm not like the biggest Kiss fan today, just like you said about your music collection, I would not be here if it wasn't for them. They were the first. They were the first, man, but it's just, it is what it is. The one I really feel bad for, I really, truly feel bad for is his daughter, Monique, because of the mess he left her in, financially. This poor girl. I don't know if any of you guys have followed up on this, but Ace, died with like $1 million, but had like almost 800,000 in debt, and they're doing all these things. So you might see a lot of Ace shit coming up. They're already talking about like how, this memorabilia is going to be for sale and all this shit. And I feel bad for her, and don't judge her.
Why is it her fault? It's not her money.
Well, no, but what I'm saying though is he left everything to her. Everything was in her name. So also his debt was in her name. So when you see all this shit coming up that's going to come up soon, all this fucking memorabilia and blah, 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 do not judge his daughter because she's been put in a hell of a fucking situation. I mean, this whole thing about why Ace, couldn't
for
tour.
Sure, though. I mean,
yeah, no.
You
You
saw an article that said this?
Yes. And Ace even talked about this because how he couldn't tour Europe because, the Trump administration passed this law, like if you're over so many, thousands of dollars in debt, you can't renew your passport. That's why Ace couldn't tour Europe because he owed, I forget what he owed in back taxes, but it was like, several $100,000. I think the law is anything over $500,000 in back taxes, you cannot renew your passport. And that's why Ace couldn't tour Europe. He talked about this. This ain't me making up shit,
Yeah, I remember
Ace,
that.
Yeah, Ace has always made, I should
He
say
was
had.
human, man. Look, he was human. He was rock and roll.
Yeah,
Fuck it. He made mistakes. He was a fucking human. That's it. That's all.
yeah,
We all fucking make mistakes. He
yeah.
wasn't Jeffrey Dahmer. He wasn't a murderer. He didn't fucking beat up women that we know of. You know, what I mean, come on. The guy,
He
the
just
guy, the guy.
he just likes stuff up his butt, you know.
So what? I like.
Yeah, no.
I like. Hey man, Ace is cooler than me. I don't go the extra step, but I like that. I like that tongue in the ass. But fuck that. Ace Frehley.
Yeah.
All right. Certain things in life, he had an addiction to gambling. That's for
Yeah.
sure. He had a
And seriously, I'm not trying to slam him. I'm being sincere when I
I'm
say
not climbing the
I
wall.
feel bad for his daughter
I'm
because
not
of the
climbing
situation
the
she's
wall. Hey
in.
man, he's dead. He died. Fuck it. All right, what he did is what he did. But you know what? It made him happy. Like Jerry Garcia. Jerry Garcia was extremely overweight, probably never went and visited a doctor ever, and he died. But guess what? Jerry Garcia fucking ate whatever the fuck he wanted, lived his life happy. All right, he died for because of it. But you know what? Before he died, all that shit that was killing him was making him happy. And that's what and gambling made Ace happy, man. Fuck it. Hey, believe me, I don't know if I told you, but I'm dealing with a horrible gambler now.
Oh,
Horrible.
I know you are. I've met her.
You know, and I love her, you know, I love her with all my heart for obvious reasons.
Right.
But she's got a serious problem.
Right, right. And that's all I'm saying about his daughter. I feel bad because she has to deal with that. Like people think like, oh, she's inheriting this
Man,
fortune.
I look at it this way. His daughter should be earning a living somewhere else and not worry about daddy's money because whatever the fuck daddy left her, it's gone bye-bye. You know what, man?
Yeah.
My dad had quite a lot of money. He didn't leave me shit. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but you got a house.
Yeah, but that's a whole thing. Who was living here before this house was torn down?
You.
My house.
Right.
But either way, you know.
Yeah. No, all I'm saying, I feel like people think like my son is one of those. He thinks anybody who's ever made a video is a gazillionaire and has no problems in life. And I'm like, that's not a reality. You know, this guy, he could have, if he would have stayed in Kiss, he could have had a very comfortable life, but he didn't. And all I'm saying is it's unfortunate that, you know, his ex-wife, Jeanette, which something I saw today, I didn't know before, but I always thought it was odd. Like he never married anybody else, you know, and it was always very vague on, you know, him and Jeanette. Apparently, Jeanette's related to the mob.
You just found this out?
I didn't know about Jeanette and the mob. I mean, I knew
Oh,
about
yeah.
him and Jeanette and the weird thing, but I didn't know she was connected.
I think it was. I could be wrong, but I think it was in Gordon Gerbert's book.
Oh, was it? I didn't read it. I just got a free copy. Thank you,
Uh,
Gordon.
trust me, I think it's that book. It's one of those kids' books where they talk about, yeah, Jeanette, Ace Frehley and Jeanette obviously are separated, but he never remarried because Jeanette's
Right.
family is in the mob. That's why Ace Frehley kept having engagements, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, I didn't know that though. Honestly, I didn't know it. But and again, I feel sorry for her, you know, because by all accounts she loved him, you know, and wanted to stay with Ace. You know, but
look, I understand. I feel bad. I feel bad more for her about losing her father than losing money. It's not her
right,
money. Go out there. She probably does have a good job. She's probably earning a good living. All right, you can't get daddy's jackpot, whatever. Continue doing what you're doing, right? Be a fucking, come on. You know what? Every kid that was born a celebrity should be well off for the rest of their life, while schmoes like me and you can't. Fuck that noise. Go out there and earn a living.
hey,
The rest of us.
I have no idea what Sam Rivers kid's doing. You know, probably gonna get a chainsaw.
Can't be old. It has to be
He's
like
gonna-
10-year-old probably by now. He's a young guy, man.
Yeah, that's 48, dude. It's so funny. Like back in the day, I think that's like crazy. But I'm 51. You're 60.
Man, I'll tell you,
We're outliving rock stars.
I remember when I was 13 and 14 thinking, holy fuck, that guy's old. And I was looking at a 17-year-old. I swear, I remember that vividly. 17, 18, you're ancient already. 20,
Yeah.
forget it. Set up the coffin, you're about to go. When I was 13, 14, believe me, anybody that was like 17, 16, I can kind of accept. But 17, 18, I remember that vividly. And then, yeah, when I became 20, oh shit, you're 30? I'll never make it to 30. 40, oh shit. And 50, what the fuck? Now it's like I'm 60 and I'm like, I have made it to 60. I didn't even think I was going to make it half this age. Seriously, I thought I would be dead before 30. Like Ronnie, that guy said, I'm going to be dead before 30. And sure enough, he was. I thought the same way. And I'm 60 now.
Look at it. That's clean living. You know, we do clean living.
Well, I do clean living now. You know, I've been in and out of the hospital like stuff was in and out of Ace Frehley's butt.
I guess we're smart with it now. We've done some crazy shit. Hey,
I'm still doing crazy shit. But,
I know you do more crazy shit than me.
Well, I do, but the trick is I eat right, you know?
Yes. Okay, you got me there.
I don't fuck around with the eating department. Like once I eat at 7 p.m., I'm done. And I was never like that before. I'd always have midnight snacks or, you know, I always. Now after 7 p.m., done. Tonight I ate a little later than usual because you know I was dealing with traffic. But and look, man, I'm down to 170.
I know you got me there because I always think about you. You saw me eat random food that was left at a gas station, and the shame on your face.
I couldn't believe you did that. Some guy left like one of those styrofoam things out there. It had like I remember it was black beans and rice and I think pork or something. And Ian fucking took it. I was like, dude, that's brutal. That's metal. That's Norwegian. That is Norwegian church burning black metal. That was fucking brutal. That's why I let him say Ace Frehley. Whatever. He's a wacky dude.
Hey, we took acid and we survived fucking Never Die Soon, or what was that horrible movie we watched?
Never Too Old to Die, I think. Right?
Stargrove.
What kind of fucking title is that? Never Too Old to Die. No, if you're old, you're gonna die, right? Never too old. If you're too old, you're gonna die.
We were laughing so hard, we were crying. We were like, every time, Stargrove.
And the theme song, Stargrove, Stargrove, and it's some dude like doing all the gymnastics, and then the dude like falls and you get a close up of John Stamos' face, and then the extra goes back to doing gymnastics.
But the good thing, that's what's going to be on Ace's tombstone. Like Ace Frehley, at least I wasn't in Never Too Young to Die.
I mean, even though it's not great, it's pretty good. Have you ever seen the movie Remedy?
Who's in that?
Ace Frehley.
Is that the one where he's like a junkie or some shit?
No, he's a drug dealer.
Okay.
And
yeah, I didn't see that one.
It's got the dudes from The Soprano. It's for free. I mean, not for free, but if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it. Ace was pretty good in the movie, acting wise, and it's not a good movie, but it's not like a horrible movie either.
Uh,
It's kind of
Nothing
like,
could be worse than Peter Chris's acting on Oz. And I'm a
uh,
huge fan of Oz. I love Oz, but Peter Chris's acting was fucking horrible. It's worse
yeah,
than his drumming.
yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was bad. All right, well, fuck it, man. We're already starting late, and you picked this one. We're talking about the first Kiss album, 1974's Kiss.
Fresh in my drink. Keep talking.
All right, all
I'll be
right,
right
Fred.
here in the corner for a second, all right?
All right. So yeah, this is I mean, fuck. I didn't even know we haven't even done this one. And I was like, let's do the 170s Kiss album we haven't done yet. And I was like, fuck, I thought we did them all. But apparently we didn't do this. So if we did, tough shit. Listen to it again. That's all I got. How are you doing? You.
I got to tell you, we're going into the review now.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I got to show this, man. His name is John Haynes. This is
Oh, did
the
he sent you the one without kissing time?
Yeah, this is the original without kissing time out. Now, of course, it's understandable. Look at the fucking album. I mean, it's not horrible, but there's a little ring wear. Dude,
Yeah.
he gave me this a few years ago. Before my turntable broke, like maybe a month ago or so, I said, hey, I
Right.
never played it. And yeah, I'll even show you the label. It's the old school with the Humphrey Bogart.
Yeah. Old school Casablanca.
Yeah, so I played it. I couldn't believe for the life of me. There was hardly any crackles or pops at all.
Really?
Dude, the vinyl itself is in mint condition. Mint condition. So yeah, pretty wild, man.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
so I'll be right here, but I'm gonna be chiming in whenever you say something.
All right. Yeah, go ahead, do what you do. But yeah, I mean, this important album. Uh, I mean, fuck, it's the beginning. I would have to say, spoiler alert, out of the first three albums, this would be my least favorite. Uh, between Hotter Than Hell and Just to Kill. Not to say that I don't love this album, because I do. I do love this album. Uh, you
Indeed,
know,
I do. What song is that? Indeed, I do.
I
That's
don't know.
that's the title of the song, Ian. Indeed, I do.
Oh, the Van Halen song?
Diamond Dave, baby.
Okay. All right. I knew we were going there eventually. Um, but yeah, no, I dig it. Um, but yeah, I would say over the years, it would definitely be in the bottom three between those. But I mean, it's great. I mean, look at how many classic songs are on here. There's a lot that, like, of course, I believe the definitive version is the live version and shit like that. But there's a song on here, yeah, probably spoiler alert, but not spoiler alert, that I fucking love that Ralph thinks sucks, that I think's incredible. Um, but there you go. I mean, it's fucking Kiss, man. I've been listening to this shit since fucking 1985. And Ralph's been listening to it a lot longer than me, and I'm
Believe it
sure
or
his wife.
not, believe it or not, I heard this maybe 5 years after it came out, the first Kiss album. I
Oh yeah,
I heard Alive back in 77, 78, but I didn't
yeah.
hear any one of the first three Kiss albums till either late 70s or early 80s.
Uh, Man, I never. That's one thing. I wish I still had that. When I started buying hit paraders, there was a special Kiss episode issue, and it was like a Kiss catalog, and you'd go in there and it would, like, list like when this Kiss album was released, and I used to mark them like, okay, I got to buy that. That's how I knew, because there's no fucking internet. So it's like, okay, I got to get this one, I got to get that one, you know, because I was, came in right at fucking Asylum, you know, and then I went backwards. But immediately I gravitated towards 70s Kiss. before the stuff that came before Asylum, you know. But good stuff. All right. Well, Ralph, this is the album you picked, the first Kiss album. Why don't you take the opening track, Strutter?
Well, first, I'd like to say this is my all-time favorite Kiss studio album. Uh,
Really?
yeah,
Okay. Wow.
it used to be Rock and Roll Over, maybe
Yeah, that's what I thought.
maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It was Rock and Roll Over, but man, I played this album once, and I was just thinking to myself, my God, this album has the most iconic Kiss songs all on one album. It really is. I mean, minus a couple songs, it's the greatest hits. All these
Yeah.
songs, I mean, they survived. Well, they survived the set list, except the 80s when they went all poofy haired. They wouldn't play shit like 100,000 Years and shit. But they would play Black Diamond because you have to play Black Diamond. That's the quintessential Kiss song, which we'll get more into it.
Well,
The more and today actually, this is something I never do for this podcast. I never listen to an album that I'm used to. You know, it's like whatever. You know, I know it. I know it by heart. And I'm a busy guy. Well, not today, man. Today I went and picked up my mom, took her somewhere, then came home. She called me back, and it takes me a long time to take her to my brother's because they're rebuilding her house. And I listened to the first Kiss album 3.5 times
nice.
through the
I
whole.
listened to it once.
All I did was listen to that album over and over. And yes, I will say that every song on this album on Kiss Alive sounds better. And also, I grew up with that version before I ever heard Kiss Alive. I mean, the first Kiss album. But they're still great. I love how it sounds. As I told you, I'm really bad at production, but I like that little during Cole Jin. That shit sounds cool to me, man. It's fucking
Yeah.
awesome. I love the production on this album. I also love the production on Hotter Than Hell, but for the same reason I love the production on Born Again. You know what I mean? It,
But you know what I was thinking about today that was like funny to me is like, okay, when I came into Kiss, it was the unmasked era, you know, Asylum. We've been doing this show longer than the unmasked period of Kiss, which is kind of weird because back then, I mean, people put out an album every fucking year. There was a Kiss album, you know, every fucking year. You know, but it seemed like an eternity. Like we couldn't wait for them to put the makeup back on, you know. But now you look at it like, wow, that was just a small amount of time that they were actually unmasked before they went back to, you know, doing what they do. I don't know. I thought that was kind of crazy, crazy fact.
well, Kiss is the makeup, man. I mean, I'm talking for the masses. Loved Asylum. I did love that album. I loved Lick It Up was probably my favorite of the 80s period. I like it even more
Yeah.
than Creature. Creature would be number two, as you know, I love The Elder. But nothing I love as much as that first album to Dynasty. Those albums right there are peak Kiss. They're peak to me. The
Yeah,
greatest
that's Kiss to me.
with Peter Criss and Ace Frehley. No
Yeah.
fucking, I don't give a fuck, Dick Wagner did a solo on Destroyer. Whatever. That's fine. But and thank God they released a superior version with Ace Frehley playing on it. But my point is, most of it, through Love Gun, it's all the four originals. And you just can't fuck with that chemistry they had. I don't care who you get in the band. People will say, "Oh, this guy's technically better." Yeah, probably, but they couldn't write the solo, in
Yeah.
fucking Firehouse. They couldn't write some simplistic solo that's memorable. That's a song within a song. I always said Paul Stanley wrote the best songs in Kiss in the 70s. If I'm going to hand it to anybody in the band, that wrote that wrote the songs were Paul Stanley. But I will say this: in most those cases of those killer Paul Stanley songs that I feel are the best Kiss songs, it's such a great song. But you know what makes it even greater, in my opinion? What Ace did. I'm not a fan of Got to Choose. I'm not a fan of Firehouse, but
Wow.
I love the solos. I love the fucking solo. To me, that's the best parts of the song. And then there's songs that kick ass, like Making Love, that is all bombastic, kick ass. Ace takes it a notch further with that solo section, man. He could take a great song and make it greater. It's unbelievable. Ace rules.
Yeah. All right. Well, Strutter, classic. But I put, definitely give it to the live version. But I mean, it's Strutter. I mean, it's a great fucking song. It's classic, man. Love it. But that solo, man, pure ace, and that's what I love, man. Is to me that's Ace shined when he was in Kiss. You take his solo shit and you could turn it sideways, fold it twice, and shove it up your ass.
Yeah, you can say that about later Kiss as well, compared to the 70s.
Oh, no. But what I'm saying though is like his performance.
Yeah, but all four of them, their performances of all four original members never topped the shit in the 70s. So you can like point at Ace with his solo career, but guess what? Not even in their solo careers, Gene and Paul didn't fucking match.
But I'll say this, and I believe I've said it before, and I know you don't like the song, period, but Hide Your Heart. I think Paul sang it way better, but you listen to the guitar on Ace's Trouble Walking version, I think is light years better than what Kulick did. And I love Kulick.
The chick that co-wrote that song with Paul,
Holly Knight,
he said the best version is Ace's.
Okay. Well, no, I get that because I've said that a lot. I just love what he did musically with it. I think it was great. But of course, Paul's a better singer. But no, I thought his guitar was much better. All right. Well, we'll go to the next song, which is Nothing to Lose. This is one, I love it. I used to love it a lot more. I don't know. I think it's just burnout. So I think it's hard to judge. But what I do love is Peter's voice. I've always loved Peter's voice. Much more than his drumming. He's just got that great raspy fucking, Rod Stewart fucking esque voice. And I love it. And I think that's what saves this song. I think if Peter doesn't sing this, if either Paul or Gene did this, because Ace, of course, wasn't singing at this time, there's no way it would work, man. Peter saved this shit with that great fucking voice. It's Nothing to Lose. It's about anal sex. I fucking dig it. Shove it up your ass. It's Nothing to Lose. What do you think, Ralph?
Well, I'll talk about Strutter first, since you didn't let me talk about it.
Oh, I thought you already did. I'm sorry.
Strutter starts with the amazing drum work of Peter Criss, who is an amazing drummer. Anybody that thinks he's not an amazing drummer after listening to 100,000 Years on Kiss Alive, you must be a moron that thinks Cozy Powell's not a good drummer. Anyway, I mean, yeah, it's called, dude, you don't like Cozy Powell. What your opinion on drummers, really?
Well, no.
It's like saying Eddie Van Halen's not a good guitarist, but you know who is? Oh, shut the fuck up. Shut up.
He's all right. Cozy Powell's all right. I don't think he's that great. I don't think Tommy Lee's that great. Sorry. They're no Bill Ward.
And that's
they're no
point.
fucking.
And that's my point. Peter Criss will join that league of Cozy Powell and Tommy Lee, all amazing drummers. You may not think that, but Seriously, in the
I'll
world of,
stick by that.
yeah, no, you want to be that guy. But whatever, dude.
No, I don't want to be that guy. That's what I hear. I
Uh,
don't think they're that great.
You bring it up because a lot of people praise them. Come on, don't lie.
Well,
That's why
no,
you bring them up.
yeah, well, especially with Tommy Lee, especially with Tommy
Oh,
Lee.
that,
I'm like,
but that's the only look. And I know you'll say he's an amazing drummer, but what if you
well, who would you take? Bill Ward or Cozy Powell?
Bill Ward?
Exactly.
But I'm not saying
Who would you take? Bill Ward or
I'll
Tommy
take
Lee?
I'll take Bill Ward over everybody. But let me ask you something: is your second favorite band shit because your favorite band you like more? Give me a break. It doesn't
No,
matter
but
who's better. As long as you love the drumming, it doesn't matter. Oh, who do you like more? It doesn't make Cozy Powell any less than Bill Ward. They're both goddamn amazing. But Bill Ward to me is the greatest drummer ever. But that's my opinion. I'm
he's
not
my favorite drummer too.
Yeah, but that's fine, dude. I feel a certain where somebody would say to me, "Well, I like Cozy Powell more than Bill Ward." It'd be like, "That's your opinion, bro."
Hey,
Wouldn't
I love Cinderella. I don't think Fred Curry is that fucking amazing. You
well,
know,
how would you?
I love Rat. I don't think Bobby Blotzer's nothing to write home
But how
about.
would you know? Would you know how amazing Fred Curry is since he never played on the records?
Good point.
You know who did?
Okay,
You know who did?
Bobby Blotzer.
Cozy Powell.
He played on which one? Like Heartbreak Station?
Long cold winter. He's the drummer on
Oh,
that.
long. Again, I'm not saying he's incapable. I'm just saying I don't believe he warrants the accolade that he
Okay,
gets.
fine. That's fine.
Would you who would you take between Cozy Powell and Alex Van Halen?
I'd have to go with Alex because of the music and his originality kind of sound thing. But
Same way. I think the drumming on Rainbow Rising is amazing. I just don't think it's like next level. Okay, there's plenty of other podcasters that do an adequate job, but how many are in our level? Not a lot. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're horrible. I'm just saying I don't think they're as good as they get praised
you
for.
have said it in the past, Ian. Shut up. You
Well, no.
you
Yeah,
said
what?
Cozy Powell's horrible. You have said that in the past.
No.
And that's all. And that's all.
Well, if I did, I apologize, and I want to take this back. I'm not saying the man is horrible. I'm just saying I don't think he's like what he gets credit for. He's definitely a capable drummer and a good drummer. I just don't think he's like in the top echelon. Okay, CC DeVille can play guitar much better than me. I don't think he's in the same sentences like fucking Eddie and fucking all these other people.
But if somebody was to say to me, CC is just as good as Eddie, that's their fucking opinion. Why the fuck would it bother me for some guy to say that?
I'm just saying I think it's crazy that some people are considered that great. But you know what? CC played on a Motorhead album. I don't agree with it, but let me let it pass. So whatever. But he's not in my top tier. The same way that these other drummers, I can name 20 other drummers that I think are better than Cozy Powell.
That's fine, but to say he sucks is fucking ridiculous.
No. Well, I apologize. If I said he sucked, I apologize.
Yeah, that's why I bring this up.
Okay.
You can sit
Okay.
here
Well, I'm sorry if I said if I said he sucks.
well, stay tuned, kids. Stay tuned. In a future episode,
Okay.
somehow or another, he'll bring back the that Cozy Powell sucks.
No. I apologize. I don't mean he sucks. I just don't think he's as good as most people think he is.
All right, fine.
The same way.
And most people don't think like you. You know what?
Okay, but I will say this. What's the dude who sings for UFO?
Phil Mogg.
Yeah, he sucks.
Another amazing man. No, Phil Mogg is different. If you think Phil Mogg sucks, it's like, okay, you don't but drumming is different than singing.
Right.
Singing is a sound. Drum,
And
drumming
I
is
like
a skill.
I like what's the guy what's the guy from Y&T? Manichetti?
Yeah, and he sounds like Sammy Hagar. And I know it's not only you that says it; other people. I don't hear it, but that's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Not
Well,
only
at least other people have said it. And but I don't hate him. I don't hate him. But I believe he does sound like
that's fine.
Sammy Hagar.
That's fine. Thank God. Thank you, Lord, for blessing me with ears that when I listen to YT, I don't hear Sammy Hagar.
Well,
Thank
I wish
you
I had those
for
same ones.
yeah, thank you for cursing Ian on that department because it makes me enjoy YT more than he ever will.
Hey, Sammy Hagar never wrote a song as good as Dirty Girl.
You know how many people
That's
say
a goddamn good song.
you know how many people say I sound like Steve Zetro? Everybody.
And I agree. I think you do too. But I don't
I,
think you rip him off. But I think you sound like him.
I don't hear it though.
Yeah.
I don't think my voice sounds like his at all. At all.
Yeah. No, I hear it. I hear it. But I don't, I don't hate you about it, But I do think you do. But it
That's
is what it
fine.
is.
Everybody does. But
Yeah.
I take it as a compliment because Zetro's awesome. But I gotta tell you, man, my favorite were two other people. Told me one I sound like Udo, which I don't hear that either, but I like that. And
Yeah.
my favorite compliment, I sounded like Rowdy Roddy Piper. I don't hear it either, but I love
But that's
I love
awesome.
I loved
I'd
it.
take it. I'd
That's my
take it.
that's my all-time favorite wrestler, you know? So it was like, oh, I sound like, oh my God, now you're speaking my language. That's
Hey,
weird.
my favorite wrestler too.
I
I,
will tell you this though. Paul Bailoff at one point joined Heathen, but he only did demos with them.
yeah,
You
I was gonna say I never heard him with Heathen.
it's on YouTube. You can hear demos of Paul Bailoff and Heathen. I sound exactly like Paul Bailoff on the Heathen demos, not in Exodus. But when I heard those Heathen demos, I was like, holy shit.
What
That's
what year was this?
85, 6, maybe.
Oh, before the first album came out?
Oh, after Bonded by Blood.
No, 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 no. I mean before the first Heathen album.
Yeah, before the first Heathen album.
Oh, no, I never knew that. Never knew that.
It sounds just like me.
I could not imagine Heathen with him, just because, the vocalist from Heathen, that's one of the things with Heathen is they kind of reminded me of like Anthrax. Like they were a thrash band, but they had like a singer that could sing, anything. That'd be weird. I need to check that out.
Yeah, I sound just like him on that. And I never
All
heard
right.
the demos before I started Thrasher Dies, so it was wild. When I finally heard it, I was like, dude, that sounds just like me. It was weird. It was eerie, actually, how much it sounds like me.
Awesome. All right, we'll go back to Kiss.
Nothing to
What do you,
lose.
okay, bye.
Oh, yeah, well, Strutter. Come on, man.
No,
Strutter.
well, you did Strutter.
It's
So
Strutter.
what?
No, I didn't. I just talked about how great Peter Criss is a drummer. Then I went into
Okay.
oh,
Okay.
but I love the opening drum beat. I love the version most people don't like. My favorite is the 78 double platinum version. I even like it more than a live version, but the live version I like more than the studio version. But I still love the studio version. It's a kick-ass, raucous, kick-ass. It's just a killer hard rock tune. Love it. Great song. Shouldn't have opened the album though. Nothing to lose. Fucking awesome. It's like hard rock Beatles. That's what it is. It's like the Beatles in the early years. The fucking I saw her standing there kind of vibe. With the backing vocal. It's total Beatles ripoff to me. It sounds like a goddamn Beatles ripoff. And fucking John banged Yoko in the ass. So there's a connection there. I love Nothing to Lose. Great, great song. Of course, better on Kiss Alive. More cowbell on Kiss Alive. And of course, Peter Criss fucking shines on this song. The best vocals that Kiss ever had was Peter Criss, period. And even Gene Simmons agrees with me. Next, Firehouse. Never been a fan of this song, ever. But my God, that middle section. Oh, man. Originality, pure human emotion showing you don't have to be skilled. You don't need a fucking goddamn guitar teacher. You need heart and soul. And Ace had nothing but heart and soul in every solo he did in the 70s, man. And it's all over that. It's a song within a song. In this case, it's a way better song within a song. And Firehouse is a song they always play because it's the fire breathing part. That's the only way it stayed in the set list for so long. I think it's mediocre, to tell you the truth. I've never been a fan of the song, but Ace shines on it. What do you think of Firehouse?
All right. Well, we disagree there because so far it's my favorite song of the first three. I love Firehouse. And I will agree that Ace is the game changer on this because he takes a song that's very simple and then he adds a solo, which again is a simple solo, but it just has that something that takes it to the next level. You know, and it's funny, it reminds me of going to my first guitar teacher when I was playing guitar. Um, it was Detroit Rock City is what I was trying to learn. And he was making fun of me, like, really? Like Kiss? He's like, Ace Frehley is who you want to learn? And I'm like, I fucking love this shit, you know?
And
But
then you became him.
yeah. Yeah. Um, but no, I love Fire. I've always loved Firehouse. Um, but again, Ace's solo, that fucking it's perfect and it's like pureness. You know what I mean? It doesn't go over the top. It doesn't try to be anything, but there's that like secret sauce there that just makes it kick ass. I love it. I love it. All right. We'll go to the next song. Uh, let's see here. Where are we at?
The Cole Jin.
Oh, oh, Cole Jin. All right. Um, first, first Kiss song I learned to play guitar. Eventually, even though I went and tried to learn the other shit, Cole Jin was the first one that I actually learned how to play. Um, love Cole Jin. Never want to hear it again. Um, it's kind of those weird like burnout factors. Uh, but it's cool because this is Ace. Like Ace wrote this, but refused to sing it. You know, even back then, Paul, Gene, Peter, they're like, "Hey, let's be the Beatles. Everybody sings," and Ace wouldn't do it. Um, love it, love it. You know, it's funny. I look back now, like at the time when I really got into Cold Gin was the Animalize home video where they play
Oh
like
God.
everything. I know, like everything on the Animalize. It's like way too fast, way too fucked up. Uh, but when I heard this and when I heard the Alive version, uh, I'm just like, oh, okay, much better, much better. Love it, but burned out on it. But it's like being burned out on "Baby, I'm Gonna Leave You" by Zeppelin. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a classic for a reason. Love it, just over it. What do you think, Ralph?
Awesome, awesome song. Never get sick of it. I can hear this shit forever. Um, always survived the set list, by the way, all through the 80s, um, with good reason. But here's the funny part, something Gene Simmons will never do again. He wrote that part, dan 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 dan. He wrote that, but he didn't take credit for
Oh,
it.
I didn't know that.
And Ace Frehley is the only guy that wrote the song on the thing. Ace Frehley
Right.
wrote the song, but Gene Simmons came up with that middle section and didn't take credit for it. I'm sure he hates
Wow. The only thing he's never took credit for in his life.
it. Back then he was just more focused on pussy, I think. But
Yeah.
and that section, I gotta give it to Gene. That's my favorite part of the song, is the Gene part. Then now.
And if I, to me, and I think this is something we should review in the future. Spoiler alert: we both like it. Is the Wicked Lester album?
I just reviewed it the other day. Well, I reviewed it years ago, but I did a mini review on my channel to put a link to where it is now because YouTube took down all my reviews.
Right, but no, I think that harkens back, man. I'll never forget like going to a record convention and like getting a bootleg copy of that. I was like, and I was so blind in my Kiss fandom at that time. I was like, oh, this is fucking amazing. But I mean, as time goes by, there's still a lot of songs I like on that album.
There's only 2 songs I don't like on that album.
Nice. Yeah, we need to.
I loved Wicked Lester. I thought that was a damn good band.
Do
But
you
you know,
have that on vinyl?
no. I used to have it on a CD, a bootleg CD.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to it. But I'll tell you something I read recently. You know the whole thing, how they recorded the album, then Gene and Paul were like, you know what? No, we're not gonna, we're gonna leave and form something else. I read the other day that's bullshit. That they turned the album in and Epic didn't like it. And
Yeah, well, that's what I always heard.
Gene and Paul make it sound like, no, we're not gonna release it. We're gonna go and start something else. They threw away the contract basically, which turned out. But it's definitely an album of its time, though.
Oh yeah.
Totally. But dude,
Oh yeah.
I love What Happens in the Darkness. It's so unkissed.
Oh, I love that song.
That's probably my favorite album.
But I mean, it's not that far removed from like Three Dog Night and other shit that was going on at the time.
Of the time, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
All right. Well, I gotta pee. You take the next song. Where are we at?
Let me be your Sunday driver. Let me be your Monday man.
Yeah, let me know. Written by Paul Stanley.
I don't think I need track listing on this episode.
All right, I gotta pee.
Written by Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons. I believe Gene Simmons came up with Let Me Be Your Sunday Driver. And then Paul came up with Did You Ever Want Loving? Then Call Me. Or maybe it's vice versa. But I know they both collaborated. And back in the early days, man, when Gene and Paul would both sing a song together, I would love those songs. Like that one and Shout It Out Loud. What are a couple other ones? I know there's more. Yeah, but then later on they did stupid shit like Stand, I'll Be Next to You, I think. They both sang on that one. Fucking terrible. And God Gave Rock and Roll to You. But then again, it's not real Kiss, man. Period. I'm telling you this right now. That's real Kiss. See there? What Ian's got there? That's the real deal. Everything after, I'm sorry. Well, actually, I'm not sorry. You know, for all you Tommy Thayer fans out there, God bless you. I ain't got a problem with you being a Tommy Thayer fan. That's your thing. But you know what? You ain't mourning half as much as us true Ace Frehley fans. We're really mourning. But you accept a fucking imitator. And that's your deal. Hey, you're a fan of the fake. Admit it. You know, admit it. You like it. That's fake. That's why you like Tommy Thayer. You know? Anyway.
Oh, great guitar player. All right.
I have nothing against Tommy Thayer. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I love Black and Blue. But Gene and Paul made him an easy target. It's their fault. And
nobody plays Ace like Tommy Thayer.
And everybody, no, he wasn't that good. He was a little too sterile. He didn't have that attitude. He didn't have that grit. You know,
I'm saying out of all the other guitar players in Kiss,
well,
he sound.
he's the only one that Gene and Paul said, all right, imitate Ace. Where before that, they never told Bruce or Vinny or Mark St. John to imitate Ace Frehley, but they told Tommy to.
Well, they told Mark that, and they said, and stop watching kitty porn.
Yeah, Mark Alden Taylor?
Yeah, Mark Allen Taylor, St. John.
Number one, I must stress, Mark Alden Taylor does not watch kitty porn. He's totally against that. And number two, check out the Freeform Rock podcast with Mark Alden Taylor.
That's a paid advertisement.
And Mark, I'd make your head spin how much you paid me to say that.
All right, where are we at? Oh, Let Me Know. I love Let Me Know, and Let Me Know is one of those again. I feel it totally feels like a Wicked Lester, shit. Which isn't it on Wicked Lester?
No, Wicked Lester only has 2 songs that ended up on Dress to Kill.
Okay, but I mean, it sounds like that to me, of that vein. I love it though. Great fucking song.
I need to bring this up because they announced a Dress to Kill box set.
Yeah.
Which I'm definitely buying. It's gonna have
like a day before Ace died.
I thought it was announced on the day.
No, I think it was like the day before, and then when Ace died, they like charged triple.
But anyway, so it's gonna bring 2 live albums, 2 shows that were used for Kiss Alive, and one of the 2 shows has them doing Let Me Know. And Two Timer. I
love Two Timer.
Two Timer is one of my favorite songs off of Dress to Kill. Yeah, both.
Me too.
Both of those are going to be on one of those.
Two Timer is one of those songs where, like, that's where I go back and forth. Like, what's my favorite? I go back and forth between Dress to Kill and Hotter Than Hell because they're both so awesome. But Two Timer is one of those, like, oh. And didn't they release Two Timer on that shitty fucking album they released when they first got back together?
Yeah, and you can totally tell it's Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley.
Right. I was just gonna say, like, I don't think it's authentic, But that was like one of the selling points, like, oh, Two Timers on it, And I was like, ah.
Well, here's the thing: it probably is from the recording of that. What's going to be in the box set. But Eddie Kramer came out and said that those 2 shows he mixed, but he added no bells and whistles, nothing. There's no studio magic. So we're going to get some of those songs that ended up alive, but raw, which is awesome.
Yeah. No, I'm awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. I love Let Me Know. All right. I'll take the next one, which, for you hardcore motherfuckers, don't have this, but most people have, is Kissing Time. What a turd. Oh my God. This was a hard one. Like, even when I was like a hardcore, like, Kiss can do nothing wrong kind of guy, this was a hard one to give a pass to. And now I don't even try. Kissing Time just sucks. It's some 50s rock-a-rolla kind of fucking, Bill Haley bullshit. Not a fan of Kissing Time. It can kiss my ass. We'll see what Ralph thinks when he comes back. But yeah,
I love it. I love this song.
Okay.
And to me, again, the highlight of the song is Peter Criss. The way he sings that fucking song, fucking glorious. Of course, it's a novelty song. I ain't gonna. Hey, I also love Any Way You Want It. You can have it anyway. Hey,
I love that.
Yeah, but most people don't.
Yeah, no, I love that song.
And that's in the same vein as Kissing Time. It's kind of like, the this and that. It's that type of music.
I I love Any Way You Want It. I'd take that. I like that over Rocket Ride.
No, Rocket Ride's, well, that's you. Rocket Ride's my favorite.
Uh, Almost Human, or no? What's the Gene
Larger,
song off of that?
larger than life.
Yeah, Larger Than Life, best song off of the studio shit by far, by a fucking light year. Larger Than Life.
Okay.
I think, you know. But all right. You like Kissing Time? Fun to know. What do you think of Deuce?
It should have opened the album. Strutter should have opened side two. And that's what I don't get. Why would you put Kissing Time the opening of side two? Should have put it after Deuce at least. What can you say, man? That opening riff, the song that Ace Frehley auditioned to and ended up being his all-time favorite Kiss song till the end. It's always been his favorite Kiss song. Love his fucking soul. I was watching the other day them on the midnight special doing it. Fuck.
Yeah.
You talk about a band on all cylinders. I believe, here's the thing. A lot of people don't know this, but I know my stuff. Kiss, when they released Dress to Kill, the only two songs, and I bet you can't guess one of them, the only two songs they played off Dress to Kill in the first couple weeks of the tour. What were the two songs off Dress to Kill? It'll blow your mind.
I don't know.
It's not Rock and Roll Night. Rock and Roll Night was not one of them.
Good.
It was Rock
Room
Bottom.
Service?
No, Rock Bottom and She
Okay.
are the only two songs they played. And they actually opened the show with Rock Bottom. But anyway, what was I getting? Oh, Deuce, man. Come on. And one of the greatest concert experiences, I've said it a million times, man. When I saw the reunion show in New York City at Madison Square Garden, I don't care, other than the Tiger Stadium show, I don't give a fuck where you saw the Kiss reunion. It was not like the Madison Square Garden show. Because when I went to Miami and saw the reunion, yeah, it was great and all, but it didn't have that electricity. And the electricity of them opening with Deuce and doing the synchronized shit that Sean Delaney taught them. Fucking magic. And the solos, again, Ace Frehley brings this amazing song up, an extra. Ace Frehley solo is kind of like steroids. You got this big, massive killer song, and here comes Ace solos, like pumping more steroids into this song. Deuce rules, probably my second favorite off the album.
I love it. I think I'm trying to remember, but God, I'm so fucking old. I think the first time I saw him do Deuce was on the Revenge tour. I don't think they did it on Hot in the Shade. But when they did it on fucking the Revenge show, I was like, holy fuck, so good. So good. Deuce always been a fucking favorite of mine. Great Gene staple. Love it. Love fucking Deuce, man. That's Kiss to the bone. All right. Next one is a song I guess I'm in the minority of. I don't know if I'm in the minority or if it's just you who doesn't appreciate the genius of Love Theme from Kiss.
Wow.
I have always loved this song. Always, always, always. From the first time I heard it, and always wondered, like, why wasn't this on a live? Why wasn't this played like later on? I just think it's killer. I don't know what else to say. I love Theme from Kiss. Probably it's in my top 5 on this album. I really, really, genuinely love this fucking song. And I love what Ace brings to it too. That like weird, like awkward, like I mean, nothing about the song is like straightforward. There's just something kind of awkward about it. It used to be called Acrobat. I know that. Um, I love it. Love theme from Kiss. What's your problem with it, Ralph?
It sucks. That's why they never played it anymore.
Okay, bye.
I don't like it because it sucks. Now, Acrobat is a good song, but Acrobat starts with this crap, and then it goes into a good song. It's weird how Acrobat they cut out the good part of Acrobat and just put the lousy part of Acrobat. And what the fuck is up with the title of the song? Love theme from Kiss. Does that make any sense to you?
Well, on that I would say no, but I digs it. But
Well,
I mean, that was a very 70s thing, though. Mostly you would see with movies. You know, it'd be like the love theme from this, love theme from that. Uh, that would be, you know, not necessarily set up with the lyrics and stuff. But it was a very 70s thing. But I don't know. I dig it. I dig it. I'm sorry you don't. I feel bad for you because I
that's
think it's
right.
awesome.
That's right. You should. You should. Because that's how I feel about you when you don't like shit I like. I'm like, poor Ian.
Yeah. All right. Well, take the next one. 100,000 years.
Yeah. Yeah. You tell me that ain't a fucking drum god. Well, no, not you, Ian.
Okay.
You can say what you want. Um, Fucking drums, even on the studio version. That percussive nature. This guy was a student of Gene Krupa. You know anything about drummers? You know that guy's like a Buddy Rich type motherfucker. And and I love it. You know, not there's not a lot of songs I like when they just repeat the verse over and over again. And like there's no second verse, they just sing the first verse again. Nirvana was infamous for that. Nirvana had many songs that they didn't really like work to do a second verse. But this time it works. But again, another example of Paul Stanley's genius songwriting. You know, people dismiss Kiss as, oh, they're simple, it's like basic, all this shit. If, whatever, man. You just don't have a sense of fucking humanity. Seriously, you're into, oh, I'd rather listen to Dream Theater than Kiss. And that's your thing. But your human shit is yours. You're a cyborg. That's what you are. You're a friggin' cyborg. I'm a human. That's why Bill Ward is my favorite drummer of all time. Because he had that human element like Kiss. Kiss was Kiss was dumbed down rock, but man, they fucking perfected it. They wrote catchy fucking songs, and 100,000 Years is definitely up there. And I take back what I said about Deuce. This is my second favorite song off the album. I love 100,000 Years. And of course, the Ace thing. I'm not going to go as far as saying Ace made the song better, which he usually does, but he's right there, right on level of the awesomeness of that fucking song. I love 100,000 Years. Thank you.
All right. Well, I will say I'm right there with you, and then I'll take it up a notch. This is my favorite song on the album. I love this fucking song. I do think this is the one where I'll take this over the Alive version. I think that drum solo is like retarded too long and simplistic and unnecessary. Uh, where I think his drumming is perfect on this song. Favorite track on the fucking album. I love this fucking song, and I was so glad when this came back in the set list, which you didn't see till the reunion. I don't know if they ever played. I don't think they ever played this in the unmakeup era. I
They
could be wrong.
they stopped playing this by, I think, Destroyer, or maybe no,
Yeah,
either Destroyer or Rock. I know Rock and Roll Over for sure. They weren't playing this anymore till
right.
I
But
think.
what I'm saying, this was never played in the '80s.
Oh
You
no,
know.
Oh God, no.
You
They,
know.
they could.
But
They weren't capable of. They didn't have Ace and Peter. They couldn't do it.
yeah, no, and no, you're absolutely right about that. Even though they had players that were probably proficiently better, but they didn't have that the swing, the whole fucking, and that's what I loved about, especially Peter. I'll give Peter even over Ace is that swing, that looseness. Ace is fucking Ace, and he's amazing. But man, that thing they had with Peter, I would say, pre Love Gun, was fucking amazing. It was simplistic, but it was like there was a looseness, there was an awesomeness to it. But yeah, this favorite fucking track on the album. I fucking love 100,000 Years. And then we'll go into the last track, which would be my second favorite song on the album, Black Diamond. Uh, oh man, just everything about this is perfect. There's no wrong note on this. I love the way Paul, starts it off, but then he hands it off to Peter, and Peter just fucking takes it and runs. This is my Peter Criss. This is the Peter Criss that I love, is Black Diamond and shit like that. And I wish he had more like heavier shit. I think Peter and Ace to the same degree. I think they did best when Paul and Gene wrote for them. That's my personal opinion. But I love that Paul knew, like, I'm going to hand this to Peter because his vocals suit this better, man. And it fucking worked, man. Black Diamond is fucking amazing. One of my favorite Kiss songs of all time. Another one I was so glad to see, in the set list during the reunion era and shit like that. This is Kiss. This is fucking Kiss. That fucking, elder shit. Shove it up your ass, fold it, shove it sideways kind of crap. This is Kiss. Love it. Love it. Second favorite, barely lost to 100,000 Years. What do you think, Ralph?
This is the best Kiss song in the 70s period, in my opinion. This is them at their best, hands down. And by the way, it was played throughout the 80s. I could be wrong, but I think it didn't make the Crazy Nights set list because it's too good for that shit. But yeah. It was. I remember Animalized, Asylum.
Animal. Yeah. Well, it wasn't on. I know. I'm a bad example, but it wasn't on Hot in the Shade. It was the first time I saw him.
There you go. But anyway, yeah. It's the greatest Kiss song. Gene came in the studio and goes, dude, I got an idea for a song called Black Diamond. And then the next day, Paul showed up. Check out my song. And he wrote a song called Black Diamond. And Gene was like, fuck, I can't better that. It's a fucking masterpiece. And you know what? I'll tell you this, I've grown to love. I used to hate the way this song ended on the studio version.
Oh, I love it.
I love it now, but I'm too used to the Kiss Alive in the double platinum version. I'm too used to them. When I first heard that first Kiss album, I used to turn it off because it would be so tedious to me. It's like, oh my God, end already, It's just, but now.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
Do me. Every single second at the end of it is awesome, but I used to hate it. And honestly, now it's my favorite ending of Black Diamond out of all three recordings. Not my favorite version. I think double platinum is a better version, and Kiss Alive is the best version. But yeah, Black Diamond, man. Come on.
I will say though, I did like when Eric Carr did it. I loved Eric Carr's vocals.
Yeah, he wasn't bad. He was no Peter, but he wasn't bad.
No, I thought he did good. I just, man, if he would have slowed it down a little bit and gotten the groove.
Oh, that wasn't his fault.
No, I mean it was the '80s. It was the. I mean, I blame it on the decade, not like him or anything. It was just like it was a faster time and shit like that. But no, Eric sang good. I like Eric Singer's voice too. I think he's a good singer.
Yeah, but those two songs he recorded with kids are horrendous. The ones he sang,
I think I liked them. What's the two songs?
I can't remember.
I don't know. I think I liked them though. I
All for
like
the
Eric's.
Glory, I think. All for the Glory. Was that
Yeah,
one?
I like that song. I
Yeah,
like those.
yeah, I didn't like them.
Yeah. I mean, great drummer, you know. But you know, and Peter was a great drummer. I mean, Eric Carr was a great drummer.
And
But
Peter Chris was
there,
the
there-
best drummer.
oh yeah, no, I agree. There's no better drummer for Kiss than Peter Chris in his prime. You know, when he could do it. Uh, you know, Love Gun back. You know, Peter Chris is your man. You know, Alan Schwartzberg ain't no slouch either, though. I'll say that much. All right, well, that is our review. Holy I can't believe we didn't review this. Ralph said this is the only '70s we haven't done yet.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh no, I thought when you texted me that, you go, the only '70s we didn't do was the first album.
No, I didn't say that, dude. You're seeing shit. Are you taking acid again?
I should. I should. Why? Did we already review this?
I don't know. I don't know. I look. I'll tell you right now. I remember doing Love Gun. I have a bad memory.
Yeah.
I remember doing Love Gun. I'm talking 70s because I remember Unmasked.
Yeah.
Did we do Rock and Roll Over or Destroyer? I don't think we did.
I'll have to look. I'll have to look. I
Well,
just took your word for it. We're like, oh, it makes sense.
I don't think we've done Hotter Than Hell, Dressed to Kill either. I don't think we touched on 70s Kiss except Love Gun.
You know, it might have been that because I remember like I was apprehensive to doing those because I'm like, once they're done, they're done. You know. Uh, but goddamn, just thinking about it, like I would love to do Hotter Than Hell or fucking Dressed to Kill because I still I like those albums better than this, and I love this album, but I don't know. I'll have to look. But you know me, man. I'm weird about fucking doing Kiss. I wanted to do Grim Reaper this week, and Ralph's like, "No, we're doing Kiss." I was like, "All right." Hard to argue when Ace dies, you know.
What Grim Reaper you want to do?
Well, I text you. I want to do the first one. See you now.
Okay.
But I can't record next week, so spoiler alert, people. No episode next week because I have family guests staying and stuff.
Now,
But there will be.
I'll give you a little spoiler for Fear No Evil. There's a song that most people, it's either their favorite song on the album, one of their favorite songs off that album. I can't stand that song. Find out what song that is in a few weeks.
Yeah, there you go. It better not be Show Must Go On. Keep your opinion. Keep your opinion. But no, I mean, there you go, man. That's the first Kiss album. This one was produced by, I think this was the duo of Kenny Weiss and, hold on, let me look here.
Those guys are awesome.
Yeah, or Richie Weiss and Kenny Kramer.
I think that Wise guy was in a killer band back in the 70s called Dust that had Marky Ramone before the Ramones.
That I don't know. I did not know that.
Yeah, that's a good band.
I'll check it out. But man, yeah, if you know, if we didn't do Hotter Than Hell and Dressed to Kill, then definitely we'll do that in the future.
Yeah, I don't think we probably did, but I do remember. I do remember also Crazy Nights. Oh, and my favorite one we done was Hot in the Shade with TikTok Man.
Oh, that was fucking. Oh my god.
That's one of the greatest episodes period we've ever had, and definitely the top Kiss episode we ever did was with TikTok Man, without a doubt.
Oh yeah. Oh, he was he ripped that shit apart, and that was hilarious.
It was awesome.
I wish we could find that guy, man.
I know, man. I don't know what happened.
God damn. he was at the first two Rockin' Pods, man. Remember he brought us the Van Halen shirts that his old lady made,
I
and
still, I still have it, and I've wore it a few times during my YouTube videos.
yeah. Oh no, he was so fucking funny, man. So fucking funny. And it's crazy to think about, like, how much time has passed since we started this show and like the first Rockin' Pods. Joseph Staub even wrote, like, he was a teenager when he started listening to us, and now he's in his mid 20s and has his own fucking radio show. It's like fucking amazing.
And a kick-ass Sticks podcast.
Yeah, well, we won't hold that against them.
Heavy Water 77 on YouTube. Check it out.
Okay, but yeah, you know what? And yeah, I didn't do a lot of planning, but I did a lot of drinking. I had an early football game today that was like the worst beating the Raiders ever took. But I think we
I
still
don't.
had,
Just to let I don't give a shit about football. And just seeing, not really you. You're not really. I don't hear you bitch much. But all my friends that are Dolphin fans, well,
yeah,
every year it's the same thing. But this year like I tell you, I don't keep up with football. But holy shit, they must really suck this year because they're crying now more than ever before about the Dolphins. And I'm like, that's why I'm not a sports fan. I don't like being disappointed. I'm a,
well,
I'm
Alex Marquez is mad because your coach is a communist. You know,
I gotta tell you, I mean, why would I watch football to be disappointed? When you're talking to a guy that's always disappointed when I try to have sex, it's always a disappointment. So everything else doesn't matter.
yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be as disappointed, like if there was like retro pay, like if I only had to pay for the first couple seconds, I'd be okay. But I don't want to pay for an hour in advance.
Who's
That's
worse?
just
Who's worse, Dolphins or the Raiders?
as much as this pleases me and pains me at the same time. Dolphins. That's terrible.
Oh, there were, yeah, yeah. Then they must be doing really bad because
Really bad.
The Raiders have sucked for what, 2, 3 decades by now.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, that's why. What it's like it's funny, Ian, how you stick with this baseball shit, but yeah, you'll slam some band that used to be.
Baseball.
I mean, football. Yeah, you love the Raiders, yet you hate on bands that were awesome, but then they sucked. And then when they sucked, they don't even suck half as long as the Raiders, but yet you stick to the Raiders. I'm telling you, football is goddamn voodoo. It's some voodoo. They throw it on the TV with the fucking Pabst Blue Ribbon commercials, all that subliminal shit. Keep watching this stupid ass game because you need to be disappointed. You need to be disappointed.
Well, then they won. They won because I'm definitely disappointed. But we got to go into pick of the week. And Ralph, I want you to go to the left and up high.
Left up high,
Yep,
right here.
right there, that one. Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit!
I'm back. Come on. Get on. All right,
You got
look.
that on vinyl.
I have Thriller and Off the Wall as well.
Well, I love those. Band's got a couple good
No, no,
songs.
no. Hey, let me talk about that. It's not a good album, but it has a lot of catchy songs, but I don't think the song's very coherent. It's a little too try hard. And who can
Yeah,
blame anybody that just released the most popular album in the universe to try to fucking follow that up? And this album is full of overthinking.
yeah,
But Smooth Criminal, come on, that song
yeah.
fucking rules. The way you make me feel is awesome.
Dirty Diana.
Dirty Diana's great. Um, another part of me is good, bad. But
Yeah.
then there's really like I just can't stop loving you. That I can do with that. I didn't like
I like that song.
I don't like Speed Demon or Liberian Girl. Or just good for
But I will say though, something that a lot of our listeners might not be aware of. We lived through Thriller, and that was a phenomenon. You know, as much as like Off the Wall was like a really good album that people liked, Thriller was just something that doesn't come along very often. So everybody was curious about what he was going to do next.
Thriller, you gotta admit, Thriller became huge because of MTV, you know?
Yeah.
Because Off the Wall's better. Come on. I love Thriller, but come
I,
on.
I like it, but I'm a disco guy, and I think that's why I liked it better. But I mean, still, I won't
It's
take
over.
I won't take anything away from Thriller. I
I'm
think
not
there's like,
taking I'm not taking anything away from it. Except that fucking McCartney song.
yeah,
Holy
that was terrible.
crap. That didn't age well. Well, it didn't age well back in that when it was new. But
Right.
other than that, I mean, it's a fucking fantastic album. I love Thriller.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, he kind of jumped the shark here, though not really because it was still a big hit. But I remember when it was new, man, everybody was goofing on how weird he looked, and he doesn't look
Yeah.
nothing as weird as he was till later on. He got real like he became like an alien and shit. Here he looks
Yeah.
like kind of like, hey, look, I'm a white guy that just came from the beach. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's different, and the nose is much smaller. But that was shocking to a lot of people.
Yeah. It
This
was.
was this was part of Johnny Carson's monologues. You know how freakish he was. This ain't nothing compared to later, man. He looks normal here. Yeah,
You're
right
right.
here. Yeah, right here is a little. That's a little
Yeah,
weird.
that's scary. That's
Yeah,
scary.
that's some scary shit.
All right. Well, my pick of the week, a band I love, and I've been listening to them a lot, and I'm picking a live album of theirs. I believe it's been a pick of mine in the past, but apparently enough you didn't listen because nobody's bought it. Would be the 1995 Overkill live album, Wrecking Your Neck. I love it. Was recorded in Cleveland, the same place they recorded the Fuck You EP. This was on the WFO tour. Really, really fucking good. And, a lot of people have been talking about the new Testament album and how much they love it. And I was very disappointed. And I'm going back and forth because to me, like, Testament and Overkill were like, oh, they should have been in the big four, big five, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And just going back and listening to this, like, I'll take Overkill over fucking Testament. As much as I love Testament, I'll take Overkill. Love them. And I think it's a great album. Really good album, a really good era. Yes, they didn't have Bobby Gustafson at this point, but they had Merritt Grant and Rob Canavino, who did Horoscope, I Hear Black, and WFO. I think three solid fucking albums. And it's a really good live album, and I think you should check it out. And if you're lucky enough, I think this was only on the CD version. But the first pressing had the original Overkill EP on it too, which that one, if you can get that, that's some fucking money. So that is my pick of the week. Overkill, Wreck Your Neck.
Yeah, of course they're better than Testament. Come on, that's fine.
Okay.
Give me a break.
All right. And I'm going to let Ralph pick fan of the week.
Here, check it out. This is more expensive. I got it on vinyl.
Nice. Is that the original EP? Nice.
Yes, it is. It's the original.
With the answer. Okay. Nice.
Metal Storm Records.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
All
That's
right, Ralph.
this, honestly, this is come on, Anthrax. Seriously, Anthrax against Overkill, fucking with that 80s Overkill, bro. Fuck that shit. That band was vicious. But like
I,
Slayer, I wish they didn't get rid of their macabre bullshit. That shit was awesome. I
uh,
love I loved how they put on the makeup and the whole spooky Halloween thing.
oh yeah, that no, and there's a great if you can get it. Like I got it sent to me for free from Rant Skates himself. The DVD Out of the Basement, which
Oh
is Rant
yeah.
Skates talking about his time with the band, which was only the first two studio albums. You know, it was Feel the Fire and Taking Over. But oh my God, one of my favorite ones. I watched it the other day and I was like, fuck, I wish they would put this on Blu-ray. Is the Wrecking Everything home video that they did in early 2000s. It was on the Bloodletting tour. Uh, but it's like a two disc, like one
Oh
is like a
yeah.
history of the band.
I was just watching that the other day, the
Oh,
documentary.
love it. Love it. Good shit.
I love when Dee Dee was like, "How is it that you like metal one day and then you don't?"
Oh yeah. And he's like, all I listen to is metal. If I'm feeling mellow, I listen to Arrows. And the funny thing is now he's doing like Stray Cats bullshit, you know. So he's changed his tune, you know. But it's a great home video if you can find it. And I wish they put it on Blu-ray with a better cut because I'm watching it like on my 4K like laser projector and shit, my 4K player, and it looks like it looks like it's VHS. You know, the quality is so bad, but
Yeah, I watched it on my
great show.
4K. I watched it on my 4K TV.
I love you. Got a great TV. I got the same one.
I didn't really notice the difference, but I knew I was watching a DVD. You know what I've been
Right.
watching? Dude, I sat through the whole first season, not on one sitting. It took me a few days. Dude, good times.
Love Good Times,
That
man.
fucking show. And check this out. This actually happened. Thank God for the pause button. There's a scene where James goes and grabs a beer, right? And he sits down, he has the beer on the counter, and he grabbed the beer, and by accident, he slipped because it had a little paper over it. It
Uh,
slipped. You saw for a split second because James noticed what he's doing, slammed back down. Dude, he was drinking a Schlitz.
Schlitz.
And you
Yeah.
got to think that they were drinking beer during the taping of the show. How
That's
awesome is that? And there's not a better TV dad than James Jr., James Evans
oh
Jr.
yeah.
He was the best TV
Only
dad.
there for the first two seasons.
And I love how he would beat their ass. He didn't give a fuck. That's how that's how my dad was.
Me and my wife started watching the first season of Welcome Back, Cotter.
Oh, I got that.
Yeah, that shit's awesome.
I should
All
put
right.
that. I should put that on next. Actually,
Well, do you have a fan of the week, or should we wait till next week?
do you have a fan of the week?
I'm so fucking drunk, dude.
I got a fan of the week.
Okay, go ahead.
Charlie Hill.
Oh God, yeah. Well, that's got to be a code because you got to have Charlie and Daniela.
Charlie reached out to me, man, see how I was doing because of Ace Frehley, and I appreciate that. And
Oh,
Charlie is a big Ace fan as well. He sent me a picture of him and Daniela wearing the Ace makeup.
nice.
So he's been always been a good friend, always. Uh,
Always.
yeah, and just a great dude. I'm glad. I'm glad. There's so many people I know online like Charlie, but the only difference is they live far. I get to see Charlie every now and then at shows, you know.
Mhm.
And
But yeah, with Charlie though, you also Daniela is just as amazing. What a great couple.
yeah,
What a great couple. a lot of times people have like, there's a cool guy and then like his annoying wife, kind of thing. You don't have that with Charlie and Daniela. They're both fucking amazing. Uh, they're both awesome, beautiful people. So fucking amazing. I love them both, and it's been far too long since I've seen. I think the last time I got to see him was when I came out and went to Judas Priest with you in 2019. So
I
it's been
saw
a long.
Charlie, I saw Charlie recently at Bruce Dickinson.
Oh, nice, nice. Well, that is definitely some fan of the week material shit, man. Love Charlie, love Daniela, amazing people, and I love their dogs because if you're friends with them on Facebook, they have plenty of pictures with their dogs.
I met their dogs. I've been to their place.
Oh, nice. Where do they live? Are they in Miami or?
No, they're kind of far, but they live
Okay.
at Sunrise, which is like maybe a good 40 minutes from me.
Okay.
But it's nice, they stay in a nice like
Oh
duplex.
yeah. They got a nice pad. I've seen a lot of the pictures.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you've enjoyed this episode, awesome. And if you're mourning Ace Frehley, I'm sorry for you. We're going to be back in 2 weeks because I'm not going to be here next week, but we're going to come back soon with some Grim Reaper. What do you say? Grim Reaper sound good to you, Ralph?
Yes, sir. I own that. I own that shit on vinyl, and I've owned it on vinyl since the first time I saw "See You in Hell" on MTV in 1985, I believe, four or five. That might have
I,
been.
I've I've had it on vinyl since 1990 when a friend gave it to me. He's like, "You want this shit?" And I was like, "Yeah," and fell in love with it. So
Fantastic,
that'll be.
fantastic album, except for our fan favorite on the album.
Ooh, I'm curious and I can't wait. But you'll find out in 2 weeks on the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast.
Smack, oh my God, Daily D.